forecast. Here's KATC Chief Meteorologist Rob Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, an active day of storms today. It should be a little bit less active tomorrow, but still scattered storms. A couple of quiet days with rain chances down to about 20% or so. And then a tropical storm this weekend. Hopefully just a tropical storm, but it's going to be an interesting one nonetheless. So let's take a look at the big picture here and what we've been watching. Big ridge of high pressure over Mexico has been exerting its muscle, sending dry air. That's a good note, moving it into the Gulf of Mexico, because eventually this system's going to have to deal with some of that drier air, limiting factor number one. Then we have this upper level trough here that enhanced our rain chances today. That's going to continue to move a little bit eastward and begin to draw this whole large gyre of storms, and embedded in that the tropical storm northward with time, and then maybe a northwestward turn as high pressure builds in across portions of the Ohio Valley, and that can make a little bit of a left-hand turn right at landfall. So that's something that we're going to be on the lookout for, and we'll compare and contrast the National Hurricane Center forecast with the European model as well. So some active storms today, things still winding down, but we had some active showers and storms. I had an inch and a half of rain at my house, and there was probably 2 or 3 inches in spots across the area, and still lingering rains across northwestern sections of Acadiana, but action will gradually diminish tonight. We'll keep rain chance though at 20% or a little bit higher, especially off to the west, but the rest of us should be relatively quiet. Now it's all about Tropical Storm Cristobal down here in portions of the extreme southwestern Gulf of Mexico, the center of circulation right by the Ciudad del Carmen, and that's not going anywhere soon, but eventually we think this is going to kind of meander around and then work its way northward and get back into the Bay of Campeche or into the southern Gulf of Mexico. And what we'll be looking for, we hope this tight circulation goes away and dissipates, so then we just have a large disorganized system that comes up here with time. But if this gets over water or gets over water sooner and the center is still being maintained by thunderstorms very close nearby, then we're going to be dealing with a stronger storm than forecast, but that's not expected at this point. National Hurricane Center new tonight at 10, kind of lowering their maximum intensity to about 60 miles an hour. So that's a mid-range tropical storm, but you got to remember this is going to be a large one, and the weather is going to be way outside of this cone as well, especially on the eastern side. So we'll watch this forecast track, and hopefully we don't want to wish it on anybody, but it goes farther to the east. Here's the Euro model doing a pretty good job maintaining at least a broad area of low pressure, but once it gets back out of over open water, the Euro does want to deepen this a little bit more so than the general consensus of the National Hurricane Center. And notice it's looking like it's right on track with the Hurricane Center, and then that influence of that high to the north and east makes us turn more westerly. So this forecast track is west of the official track. So again, one model, one projection, not an official forecast, but it gives you an idea. There's not going to be one big central area of heavy rainfall. There are going to be pockets of heavy rainfall where you could have some flooding rains. We're going to have some wind. It's going to be a blustery Sunday, Monday, and then things will quiet down as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Rainfall still tough to estimate, but you can see most of the heavier rainfall, we'll say, from near the center on eastward. The Gulf of Mexico gets pounded, and some very heavy rainfall, more than what we're showing you, is possible down the road. So tides and surge, bottom line, tides, surge, flooding, rain, wind damage, and tornadoes, still too early to call, but I would look for 5 to 15 inches of rain possible in spots. Again, we could see about 25 to 40 mile an hour winds, gusts in the squalls, maybe up to 55 or 60, and we'll have to look at that tornado potential down the line. Tomorrow, relatively quiet start, few storms in the afternoon, and I'm out of time, so I got to get off the screen, but there you have it. Prepare for a tropical storm as we head into the Sunday, Monday time frame, especially late Sunday, all day Monday, improving Tuesday. That's it for weather. We'll be right back right after this.